my name is Amy, and today I'm here capturing my screen to show you how I print color on labels to make my own planner stickers. So I'm going to walk you through the whole process. I'm going to show you on Microsoft Word, but the process would be pretty much exactly the same whether you're using Microsoft Publisher, PowerPoint, the equivalent Mac programs. I'm sure it would be just about the same regardless. I was just asked to do it on Word, so that's what I'm going to show you today. So the first thing you want to do is, of course, open up a new document, and then you want to change your page layout settings. So that's going to be up here in the menu. You're going to click on Page Layout, and then you're going to want to change the size of the page. The Avery labels, if you buy the printable Avery labels, which I prefer to use the long rectangle labels and then the small rectangle labels in my planner. The small rectangle labels, as I've mentioned in my Plan With Me's, the code for those is 5418, and the code for the long rectangle labels is 5422. And for both of those sheets, and I think also for circular labels, for anything that you're buying that's kind of a template like that, it comes, most of them, on a 4x6 size sheet. So you want to make sure you change the size of your paper to 4x6. And then you also want to change the margins. You can see right now it's going to automatically give you about a 1-inch margin, which is obviously way too much. And so what I do is I just go ahead and I click Custom Margins down here on the very bottom. And then I make the margins 0.1 inches all the way around, on the top, on the left, the bottom, and on the right. And I do that so that it's a little bit easier to center the color block that I'm going to put on top of the page. Now, one thing I did want to mention is that you can also do this on Avery's website, which is the Design and Print website. I did not have the best success with getting the color to be centered correctly when I used the Avery website, which is why I do it myself on Word. So try it out, see what you think, but this is a good way to do it that I've had success with anyways. So far we've got our page, we've got the margins set to 0.1 inches all the way around. The next thing you want to do is go ahead and add a rectangle shape to the page. So you're going to go to Insert up in the top menu, go to Shapes, and then select the rectangle. And you can draw whatever rectangle size you want. It doesn't matter. We're going to change the dimensions anyways. And I go ahead and right away go to Shape Outline and just put no outline so that it doesn't have that black line around it. And once you've got your rectangle of any dimensions on your page, you can see if you select that rectangle, you're going to have the option to change the size over here in the far right hand top corner. And the size that I found success with is this size that I'll type in. It's 5.43 height, and that's in inches, and it is 3.8 in width, also in inches. And the reason why I found this size to work for me is because it works for both the rectangular labels, for the large labels, for the small labels, and I've actually tried it before on the circle labels as well, and it works on those, the 1-inch diameter circles also. So this particular rectangle, 5.43 by 3.8, should work on pretty much any Avery label that has a 4x6 size sheet. And so that's nice. I will say for the smaller rectangular sheet, it does have just a little bit of overlap on all 4 sides, which I'm okay with that because it's just an ease of convenience thing. I don't have to change my document regardless of what type of labels I'm using. So that's what size I use of rectangle. And you do want to make sure that that rectangle is right smack in the middle of your page. So you go to the Align button, again, up in the top right-hand corner, and click Align Center, and then also click it again and go to Align Middle. And that puts it right in the center, both vertically and horizontally. Once you've got your shape there, you can do the fun part, which is choosing your colors. And I am going to kind of show you guys a website that I like to use to figure out what colors I want to do for the month. And that is this website right here, which is Color Lovers, color with a U. And it just has a ton of different palettes. I'll go back one. This is one of the palettes I was considering using for October here in a few days. I just thought it was a really nice, pretty color scheme. But you can see, I just searched Halloween as my search query up here at the top. And then I clicked enter, and they came up with all of these different possibilities of color palettes that people have created and have tagged with Halloween. And so what you do is, I'll go back to that same one I had up here, which was Little Pumpkin, is you can see all 5 colors together. And then if you go down, you see each color individually. They all have a name, and then each color also has a hex code and an RGB code. And if you're doing this on Microsoft Word or Publisher, you want to use the RGB code because that's what you can use within the menu of Microsoft. So I'll show you. I don't know why, but I really like this kind of greeny gold color. So I'll show you how I do that. So go back to your document. On your rectangle, again, make sure it's selected, and then go to Shape Fill in the middle top. Underneath Shape Fill, you're going to want to click on More Fill Colors. And you can see, you can just drag and drop. So if you want to do it that way and just kind of estimate what colors you want, that's great. I find I like the RGB codes because it lets me get the exact tone that I want, and then you can always tweak it to get a little bit darker, a little bit brighter also. So I wrote down the RGB code from that website, and the R was 215, so I'll type that in. The green was 199, and the blue was 114. So there's kind of the taupe green color. Not positive I'm going to keep it, but I just wanted to show you how to do it. So I'll do that one more time. And what I do usually is just create one document for each color scheme. So if you just Control C for copy, you can see I copied it to my clipboard. You can then go ahead and just enter until you get to a new page. And then go ahead and copy paste, or Control V to paste. And then I'm just going to scooch this one over. Again, you want to make sure it's centered, so I just click Align Center, Align Middle to get it right in the middle of that page. And then you can change that color to create a different sheet of stickers. And then I just save my different color palettes with whatever name they go with or whatever month I'm using them for, and that way I can reprint them if I need to or if I want to in the future. So for instance, another color that was on there was an orange color, and the R code was 232, the G code was 106, and the B code was 4. And that creates kind of that pumpkin orange color. So you can just do that as many times as you like to, and each one of these pages will be its own printed sticker page. I do want to mention that you only want to print one page at a time, because at least with my printer, and I believe with most printers, the printer will only let you put in one sticker sheet at a time. So it is a little bit time consuming. I feel like it probably takes me, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes to print the 10 sticker sheets that I use for the month. I usually do the 5 colors that I'm using, and I print the long rectangles and the short rectangles, so 10 total sheets. And I actually don't even use them all in one month usually. I usually use probably 3/4 of them, and then I save them. And some weeks in a different month, I just feel like using one of the past colors, and so I just pull them back out and use them again. And I enjoy doing that. So that is the computer portion of the video. When you go to print these, you're going to click print, and you want to make sure that you've got 4x6 selected here in the print menu as well. Make sure you've got it set to print in color, of course, so that the color will be showing up. And then, like I said, make sure you only print one page at a time. So you want to select just page 1 and then go ahead and click print. So the printer part will be a little different depending on what model you have, but that is how you set it up from the Microsoft perspective. So I hope that this was helpful. If I have a few minutes tomorrow, I will film a little bit more of how I do it on my printer and show you guys the finished product, show you some of the stickers. So hopefully I'll do that, and then I'll get this video posted later in the day. So if you have any questions, or if I wasn't clear on something, please let me know in the comments. I'm happy to help. And also, if you have any other suggestions, anything else you'd like to say, please feel free to put it in the comments below. And thanks so much for watching, and I'll show you a few other clips here in a second. Bye. So the last step is to actually go ahead and print your labels. So I've already got my computer plugged in, ready to go. I've got the settings set as I explained on the screen capture, which is make sure you've got a 4x6 size page selected, and also just print one page at a time. So I'm just going to select, I only want to print page 6 this time. And I've got my labels put in the back of my printer there. You want to figure out wherever your printer accepts labels. It'll be the same place that it would feed envelopes or anything else, any other smaller sized sheets. And you just want to make sure that you only put in one set of labels at a time so that it doesn't cause a jam in your printer. Once you've got all of that ready to go, you can go ahead and click print and wait for them to go ahead and print. You might want to test this out on just a regular sheet of paper cut down to 4x6 inches the first time you do it, just so you don't waste a label page. Because I know, like, the first time I did it, I made a few mistakes. So might want to try that out first, but it should work out just fine. You can see here are the labels that it just printed, and I think they look pretty good. I like this maroon color. I'm excited to use it in my planner. So that is it. That's how you print color on Avery labels. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching, and hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye!